What's up, YouTube? Dinosaur Beats back with another video. If this your first time to the channel, as always, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button to get notified whenever I drop some heat. Alright, today what we doing is the warp function for your samples. I see a lot of videos is showing people how to use it, but they're not really going into like a little bit of details. I'm gonna just show y'all something that I haven't seen anybody show on their videos. All right, so that's what we're doing today. We're working with the warp function on your samples when you're chopping your samples and stuff like that. All right, so we're gonna drag a sample in. After we drag the sample in, what we gonna do, I'm gonna just do a random chop. It ain't gonna be on time or none of that. I'm just showing y'all little tips and tricks. All right, so let's go. Let's get it. Let's go, man. All right, so now we inside the MPC. All right, so let's just drag a sample in. We got a Cymatic sample right here. All right, let's just drag it in. First thing you want to do on the hardware, I can show y'all on the hardware, but I can't really show it to you. But so I'll show it to you in the software and explain it on the hardware. So on the hardware, if you want to go to your matter of fact, let's do the software so y'all can see the software. We'll go to sample right here, right? On the hardware, what I normally do is just go into chop, and then when I go to chop, I normally do like regions. Let's just do regions. So you go chop 2 and let's just do regions, right? Once we do regions, is right there. I'm not trying to make it on time, because if I was, what I would do is make sure I have a perfect loop and then do that. But that's not the case for today, right? What I'll do, I'll just make a perfect loop, make sure the loop perfect, and then chop the regions. But today, that's not what we're doing. All right, so you have your sample. All right, so we have the chops. Now what you want to do is hold shift, convert. I already have a video on the difference between the non-destructive and what's the name again? The pad parameters, right? I already made a video. If you want to see the video, go check that video out. All right, so let's just do it for now. All right, so right here, this right here is something that I haven't seen anybody showing on their samples. So on their channel, if you go to, let's say you go to your program, let's go home, go to the program where the sample is at, and let's just bring it up. All right, so we got it up. All right, so what people is doing is they're warping the sample, but they're going through each individual chop, and warping each individual chop is a way how you can warp everything at once. All right, you can warp everything at once, and you can change the tone of the sample. Each sample, you can either pitch it up or pitch it down, and you can do all of them at once instead of going through individual steps. All right, so what you want to do, you want to come to, let's see, wave. We're in wave right now, right? You want to go to your right here. Once you go to wave, or you can do either one first, it don't matter. So we're here now, right? We're a program. This is our program edit. Once we're in the program edit, see the chop. So what people are doing, they're just warping each individual one. You go here and you'll go to warp, but then only the first one is warped. Only the first one is warped. The second one is not warped. Or if you See, you can tell. See, when I hit it, the warp come on here. Then when I hit pad 2, it goes off. Pad 3 is off. Then I come back, is on. All right. So the way for you to warp everything all at once, you need to come here. See, it says right here is current. You're on the current one. You can select multiple, or you can select all. Once you select all and hit the warp function, then everything is warp. But what you need to remember is, once you warp everything, because remember, if you're on everything, if you do anything, it's going to affect everything. So once you warp everything and finish doing, and right here is your key, you can move up your keys. See, it's changing. After you do all that, always remember to go back to current, because it can mess up if you try to stretch these. It will stretch everything all at once. So you always go back after you do what you want to do. You always go back to current. All right. So now everything is warped. You can tell when I hit that, is warped. When I hit that, is warped. When I hit that, is warped. When I hit that, that is warped. Right. Now let's go back. Look, if I go to 1, see, now I don't have it on all. I have it on current. If I say I change the key to just this one, once I change that 7 semitones up and hit this one, it changed. But if I go to track 2, it's not changed because I don't have it on all. I only have it on current. So watch when I hit 2. And then when I hit 1, 2. So that way right there, you can warp everything all at once, and you can change the semitone all at once. You can do anything that you want to do all at once. This is the main button right here for you to do that. This button, and then you go back to what's the name? Go back to current. All right. So let's put this one. Let's move all of them up to a semitone. So we'll go to all, and then move them all up to 7th semitone. So once I move it up and down and come back to 7, then everything is locked to the 7. And then once I'm finished that, I'll go back to current. Now everything should be at 7 semitones. See? All right, it was something else that I wanted to show you. So the BPM is the same thing. Make sure if you right here, this BPM, if you only do 1, if it's on current, it's only going to change the BPM for 1. So you want to put everything on all and then change your BPM. Okay, so it can match up with whatever the sample BPM was. You want to make sure the sample is not at this BPM. You want to make this the BPM of the sample. All right, that's very important. Make this right here the BPM of the sample. Now, only time this will match this is if you created your own sample and you created it in whatever BPM you're in, then you'll put it in this BPM will match that BPM if you're creating your own sample. So that's it for today, man. Just showing y'all the warp function and just some little tips and tricks on how to use the warp function. All right, so let's get it. Let's go, man. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Don't forget, go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Let's get it, man. As always, turn it up. Let's go.